everyone. Welcome all to another Q&A Wednesday webinar. Action-packed as always, this one, guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. These are broadcasted publicly every single week. This is a value-packed webinar that any PT can take value from. We are straight to the point, no fluff, no BS here at Pinnacle, and that is why we have the community that we do. With that being said, feel free to drop comments. If you're watching, ask questions in the content section on YouTube if you want to, and I'll personally get back to you with some answers. With that being said, we have got some answers or some questions of which I will answer today. In terms of new announcements, first and foremost, though, not too many new announcements off the top of my head. There's been a lot of stuff happening. You probably would have seen. I've been a little bit of a ghost the last few days. But with that being said, a lot has happened. We had an event in SA over the weekend, and then an event on Sunday in Vic that we went and checked out too, which was awesome. We caught up with some SA clients, which is always good to do. I'll try and get leverage content out, I would say, in the next week to 2 weeks. I want to try and have some leverage content done, at least the first 9, which are complete. First leverage content for school. I want to try and have that out. So with that being said, guys, that is that. Now, put your hands up if you have any questions at any time. I have got some questions which I'm going to address first and foremost, but if you have got questions, raise your hand and we will kickstart this webinar. So let's get stuck in. All right, the first question that I've got, so I'm going to get stuck straight into this. I've got 4 questions to ask or to answer. Is there anything that we can do instead of a supplement stack offer to floor? The answer to this is for Mitch. Like, of course there is, and it's just doing what we normally do, right? Doing what we normally do. So you don't have to have the Substack offer. Like, the Substack offer is just a different, it's just a different tweak to the floor. If you are walking the floor as a personal trainer, the best way to do this, so red hot value, if you're watching this on YouTube, the best way to do this, welcome Ray, is to run a competition where you can gather people's interest. The prize of which people will put their names down to claim will gauge whether or not they actually want that prize, right? So if you run a giveaway for personal training and give people free entry, this is a strategy that will take off, opposed to asking people, hey, would you like free training, or what's your fitness goals? I'm the new PT. So we have done one recently where we did a supplement stack and a trading pack combo giveaway, because it's a great way to just mix up the value that you offer by running a competition. So that is the answer, and that is the answer to Mitch's question. So Mitch, you've just tuned in. I've just answered your question. Basically, bro, you don't need to offer the subs. You can just basically run a normal competition with just a training pack. You did answer your question, but that is the answer to the question. And I've just answered that one for you, bro. So that is that one. I'm now going to go to the next questions that we have here. So we got one from Aaron, one from Penny, and one from Seb. So Seb, hey team, I've been contacted by a local physio clinic that has 3 therapists. They are looking for a PT that they can refer their clients to monitor form on the client's prescribed rehab workouts. These wouldn't be regular sessions. They would be once-off sessions, or a once a fortnight or a once a month session basis. Just wondering if anyone has experience or advice on this. Is it worth the time? If so, how do you charge for the once-off sessions? Potential for long-term clients is there as well attached to this? Okay, this is a great question. So Seb, the answer to your question is this: always, if you want to partner up with other businesses, obviously we have strategies that do this. I recommend it. The one thing we don't recommend is offering people non-ongoing PT. However, if these guys just need to be shown through, then what I would personally do is create a booking link that is specific to Dan's Physio, right? And then you can obviously have them use the Dan's Physio link to book in with you, and they can either pay for the PT session in advance on Calendly, right? Because Calendly will integrate with PayPal and other payment integrations. So you could do that. So they pay for it, then they show up and they'll get paid, or you will be paid for the once-off session. From there, you can obviously upsell them, right? So the answer to like the potential for long-term clients is upsell them to ongoing sessions and make sure that they can see the value with what you're obviously providing. That's what I would do in this case, Seb. So hopefully that answers your question. Take the ongoing sessions, calendar link that goes through Calendly with your physio who wants to refer people to you. They book in there and then, they pay for the PT session, they show up, and then from there you upsell them to ongoing sessions. That is what I would do there. Okay, next question. We have one here from Penny. What would you respond to this? Thank you for the session the other day. I had to chat to my partner, and although I enjoyed it, he thought the price was too high for us. He had a PT before, paid $45 per session for one-on-one, so we weren't expecting anything too different from that. The requirement to do 2 sessions a week is going to add up for us, given I need someone to help me work on my goals over the next 6 to 7 months before the wedding. Is there anything better you can do? This is a great question. The answer to this is very simple. If people have had PTs, I would, like, Penny, you could probably say, like, along the lines of, where did the last PT that you worked for charging $45 for an hour get you? Are you still using them, and are you happy with their service? You know the answer to that. So the answer then will arise. And then from there, just say, we offer a whole different product here at XYZ. It's an experience where you're getting far more than just a PT session. You're going to be working one-on-one with me. You're going to be getting access to other people as well. It's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then highlight the benefit and justify your price point. The price point here, guys, that all of you guys are charging is a minimum of $100 an hour. So if someone wanted to do 2 semi-private sessions, because that's what we're doing here, Penny, with yourself, the price point's completely fine. It is completely fine. It's whether or not you can stack the value and for people to be able to pick up that value and to be able to connect the dots and see if that value aligns with what they're looking for. So that's what I would say there. The last thing you do is drop your pricing, right? I wouldn't drop your pricing. Have you got anything to add on that, Tux?
Yeah, I just had a question with that, because, like, obviously we're at 75 per half an hour now.
Yeah.
With the integration of school and things like that, like, I'm stoked for it. It's insane, like, what we've got set up for all the guys.
Amazing.
Where do you see that range of people go from, say, a lot of the guys in here charging 60, then it'll go 65, 70, 75? Is there that mark where it goes, all right, that 65 to 75 for some people is just like a significant jump where it's not worth it trying to sell it as well? Yeah.
Great question. How was your so that kind of answers Penny, so this is perfectly in relation to that, and then I'll go to Aaron. I'll go to your question, bro. I think you're here, Aaron. I think, yeah, there you are. Yeah, behind my phone that's resting on my screen. So we'll go to your question about ads. So how are you going converting at 75 per half?
Not horribly as well. I'd like to see, like, it's the thing is you don't know whether you'd be more efficient at 65 or 70. Like, is it really worth that $10 for that one person where they go, you know what I mean? Like with that kind of thing. Because I could really stack 65 or 70, and then they go, holy shit, like, look at this. This is almost like I have to say yes to this, as opposed to when I get some people where they go, oh, 150 for 2 sessions, like, it's getting up there kind of thing. But, like, comes to confidence, I suppose, as well.
100% right there. So that how you're pitching, the confidence and the delivery, right, will dictate the sign-up rates, right? So with that being said, that's really important. However, the amount, right? So, and this is great value for anyone listening, that I personally have found is that when you trickle over a $70 price point and there's a 7 in it, right? That's when subconsciously people start to change their process around the price point. So 69, and if you look at the price that we've put inside the forecast tracker talks, it's 69 for a reason. We had this with a lot of you guys will know Charmaine, right? So Charmaine in World Gym up in the sunny coast. Charmaine, before she had a really big growth spurt in her business the last few months, right? She was charging 70, 75. And I did tell her that for the value that she was stacking, that I recommended it would be a little bit less, especially because the demographic of people that she was signing up. She moved it to 65 and she had a massive amount of success. However, there was a lot of other things that did take place, including a mindset shift at that time too. So, and a lot of personal development. But I definitely think that Sham, if she was here on this webinar, and you can expect to see Sham at some point, she's just very busy at the moment doing what she's doing, she would probably agree that that cutoff, right? It was like a lot of numbers,
100%.
like the 70,
Yeah.
75. It was noticeable, and then we went to 65 or 69, and it was just like, it's just something there. I don't know as well, guys. Go on, sorry, mate.
I suppose for me as well, like getting to that 75 mark, like I know I would sell that many golds at 65 as well, because the value is just there. But when you kind of push it to 75, you kind of go, these people have these hesitancies.
You've nailed that, Tarks, but it's also what you've just said there as well. I know, like, you listen to the clarity and the clear understanding in your voice. I know I would sell a shit ton of golds at 65. That's your answer. That's your answer. Like, there is no right and wrong, right? So if you go, for example, like Shane, who's only just with us, and then he's obviously been on holiday. Shano at the moment, his price point is less than half, right? But it's because we haven't got started, and Shane this week will be, tweaking, and we're obviously doing packages and we're getting ready to launch. Shane right now, if I said to Shane, you go and sell $190 per week sessions to people, he'd be like, I don't know what the fuck to do with that. I don't know how to do that, right? Just like you never knew how to do it when we came on board and you were charging 49. Do you know what I mean? So you know how to do it, and now it's the belief. When everything, like we say, confidence is conversion rate, guys. It's that simple. There's nothing else to it. Obviously, you need to be stacking the value and everything like that too. But like that is, you've answered your own question in terms of like your own price point. See how you go with the 75. And what we don't want to do as well is get hooked on the numbers at scale as you go through the levels on the business forecast document and go, holy shit, if I change that number to 80, like it G's you up, because your profit margin's like 50+%. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
That's that. Hopefully that answered the question. Right. Before I get to you, Ash, I'm just going to finish the last question here, and then we'll get to you. All right. So Aaron, who is here, I think somewhere there he is. Hopefully you're well, my bro. Did you get my Voxes this morning? You did? You got them? Okay. Okay. With Facebook ads, Simon, you mentioned to me that you outsource your ads. Not sure if this has come up on another webinar or not, but would love to know how you do this. Do you use a PA for your ads manager or someone else? The someone else we use is smiling on at the moment. I outsource my ads to Jude. That's what I do. So we don't use a PA. So okay, let's go into a little bit of ad talk. A little bit of ad talk here, guys. Right? You've got some people behind me too. Right, ad talk. There will come a time, guys, where there is no point you organically marketing online, right? Eventually, ads are everything and all that you will need. If you want to automate processes, we're obviously running ads at the moment. Has anyone seen any? It'd be good. We're only split testing at the moment, but like there's not too much exposure happening. However, we have got quite a few leads, and it's the cost per lead, if you guys know any lingo for ads, is significantly lower than what we would be expecting, which is good. And then we will scale the ads. So you go through a testing phase, and then when you test what works, you take one of those sort of 10, 20, and then you launch them, right? And that's what we're doing. In terms of outsourcing ads, Aaron, so there's two ways in which you could do this, right? Now, in the office that Jude is in, which is in a couple doors down from me, and in this office that we are in at the moment, this is our city office, which you're going to see us taking a lot of webinars from this point onwards, because we are much more productive when we're here. Inside this office, there's an ads team, and you can work with Growmetrics for $200 a month, and they will run all of your ads. However, Jude's better. That's what I'm going to say. And are you better, Jude? Don't put yourself on loudspeaker, because Adrian's right next to you, I think, isn't he? But like, Jude is better, right? And the difference as well is that because this is important, ads will work really well for you if the person that you hire, right, knows your business. Now, I had hired someone else recently. They didn't even get started, and I pulled the pin. I got a refund for it because they're too slow. Me and Jude have done the amount of work that those guys couldn't do in 3 days that they had over 3 weeks to do, and they didn't do anything. So we know our business, we know what we're doing, we know what we need to have the ads do in terms of performance in relation to what our coaches recommend. And therefore, that's why me and Jude, the formula works. And obviously Jude is more educated in that area. In terms of running ads with Jude, it's $250 per week, I think is what you do for other clients you work with, Jude. Is that right? $250 a week or something? Yeah. So $250 a week, that's that. So if you want it done for you, that's what Jude will charge. However, Grow Metrics, you can use $200 a month. They're okay. However, fitness industry lead targeting is quite tough. So does that make sense, Aaron? Questions on that? And then a little bit of a brief overview for ads for anyone, because it's something like, I mean, Tane, good to see you, bro. Me and Tane have discussed, obviously, in Geraldton at some point. It's something that Tarkin eventually may do. Ryan as well, good to see you. Right, this is definitely something that we should be discussing as well at some point. I know at the moment, bro, hopefully the family's well, man, that we're kind of in like a nice maintenance phase. But yeah, we're just discussing paid ads, right? I don't know whether, I think you could probably hear us, but yeah, this is something we discuss in the future. Again, Nath, like anyone who wants to expand out and then invest capital back into your capital machine to make more capital, ads are a wise investment. Hopefully that makes sense. And that is that. Ash, you had a question before, hand is now down, but are you good, brother? Shame we didn't catch you at the weekend, bro, but I know you're probably busy, dude.
No, I was waiting around for lunchtime, actually, mate, but that's never come.
Say again?
I was waiting to go out for lunch, actually.
Oh, you were waiting to go for lunch. Oh, okay, I got you.
Back to Tarkin's question. If you've got a client that comes in and say Tarkin's charging 75 and that's too much for the client then and they leave, if you then decrease your price down to say 65, how do you reach back out to that person to let them know you've reduced your price?
Great question. Just tell them that you're running an offer for old clientele, all right? And that basically you love working with them. You know the results they were getting were solid. Here's the thing, though. This is the thing. It's never money. It will never be money. Never. Ever. I know for a fact it won't be the money. It's whether they're getting results. Has anyone here had someone going like this on the scales, getting an amazing shape, and then just quit out of nowhere? Tash, if you have, that's rare. You shouldn't have, like, and here's the thing, there's one, like, if that's happening, chances are they thinking, I think I know everything that I need on my own, so I don't need the trainer and I'll save the money. So that's probably the answer there, right? But you should never have someone that you've got priced correctly, you're offering the right amount of value without giving them everything they need to succeed without you, leave. You should never have that. So like what I would do is just go one better, Ash, half price power promo, right? You can run this with your, like we call low-hanging fruit. There's a strategy in the old portal called low-hanging fruit. It's a simple strategy where you reach out and target people that used to work with you and basically get them to sign back up. And you can give them 4 weeks personal training at half price. You could just do it at 20% off or 10% off if you wanted to. And it's just about taking action with these. And getting them done. You can do it via bulk blast. However, I recommend that if you do these marketing strategies, you do them via voice message. Like voice messaging is the best way. It takes time. However, voice messaging is the secret to outreach and communicating with anybody in any way, shape, or form, because number one, they know it's you. Number two, AI is not sharp enough yet to really represent your voice that accurately. So they'll know that it's you, and it's a lot more personal. Like any form of written correspondence, guys, like if you like from people that are doing things at a level like where that's our only lead generation machine, right? For us, it's all online. We don't have face-to-face. We're not blessed with you guys like you guys are having face-to-face foot traffic. It doesn't, like sending DMs to people, it doesn't work. As soon as I voice message people, if I do that, it's game over. It's literally game over because it ties in everything. It ties in everything. Oh my God, that's Simon. I've seen his content. I've heard his voice. I know his face. This is him. And AI is not sharp enough. It will be, but AI is not sharp enough where this is fake. Do you know what I mean? And you make it personal in a way that, you know, the AI can't yet do. And yeah, hopefully that makes sense, Ash. Reach out with a voice message, mate, for sure. Penny, I answered your question, just an FYI. I answered your question at the start of the webinar now. At the start of the webinar. Just giving you a heads up. Tux, again, is that the same hand that was up before or another question? All good?
No, all good.
Cool, cool. Mitch, what have we got, my man? Ash, does that help, dude?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I just do that. Reach out, bro. I'd reach out, low hanging fruit scenario, and just give them hot offer.
It doesn't. It hasn't come up, but I thought I'd just raise it, just in Tarkin's position, just in case that does happen, where someone walks away, but then 2 weeks later, like, shit, actually, I'll decrease my price. I'll reach back out and let them know I've done that, so they can hopefully come back in.
100%, brother. 100%. I think welcome Sebi as well. Sebi, I did answer your question as well, bro, at the start of this webinar. It'll be uploaded later on, bro. So I've answered it for you. It's at the start of this webinar.
Cheers, mate. I'll go back and watch that later on today.
You're a king. No problem. Good to see you again, bro. And looking forward to spending some more time with you. Yeah, so yeah, I think Ash, the main thing, and this is for everybody here, guys. People come in, and if you're charging great ticket pricing, just like you are, and Tarkin is, and what the majority of you guys are here, all around that sort of 60 to 75, 60 to 80 price point, when people come in, you need to deliver them results quick. And we always say that the first 5 conversions for people when they're learning sales is really important. We also will say that the first 5 kgs, Cam, welcome, brother. The first 5 kgs that you lose with a client is like the straw that breaks the camel's back all the way to success. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. Like, you've got to deliver the results, right? And we got a kid in the house, so I'm not going to swear. Hopefully the fam's well, right? So look, just make sure you're getting results. If you're not getting the results, guys, these people will start to go, debits coming out of their account, 150, 180, 120, 130, 150, whatever it is. And they'll just go, nah, like, I'm not seeing this here. And you know what? That 45 trainer that Penny was speaking about before, the 45 per hour trainer, I might as well go back and train with that person, because it's half or a quarter or a third of the price, and I'm getting the same value. Remember, here at Pinnacle, all of you guys here know the value that we stack enable you to charge the price that we charge, but you've got to use that value stack to get the results they're paying you for. Make sense, people? Yeah? Cool. Yeah. All right, Mitch. Yep.
Mine was just on the same question. So with sending voice messages, and this might be better asked in the marketing one, but if that bulk blast strategy was something that I've put in my marketing loop to do every month, so just to reach back out with like an offer for a training package or discounted sessions or whatever it might be to try and get them back in, is it better to be sending voice messages every time or mix it up between voice and text? Because if you're doing that every month and you've got 200 to 400 odd people to reach back out to, like, it's going to take a massive chunk of time. So would you kind of alternate between them, or maybe don't worry about doing a bulk blast every month? Or what do you reckon the best way to go about that?
I think let's discuss this in marketing, because that we can go into depths with this, but what I want to say is this. Go into SA group text, you use everything and it syncs up. Have you got to that stage where you've got all the numbers transferred onto your phone and you can hit send? Have you done a bulk blast yet or anything like that?
I've done bulk blast before. I've got this. It was like a crappy old app. It's called Groups Free, and everyone's numbers they sync to your contacts list in your phone. Yeah, and it just through that, and you just have to hit, like, if you're sending 200 messages, the painful thing is you've just got to sit there and hit send 200 times. You don't have to copy paste 200 times, but you just have to sit there and just go like that, like just hit send.
So you can do that with SA group text as well if you want to individually personalize the messages. So, hey Tanya, hey Shane, hey Dan, hey Tom, right? So like I don't recommend that. Now what I want to discuss doing is bulk voice message blast. We'll discuss that in the marketing loop. That should be fire. I've never done it, but it would work unbelievably, and I think that's something that we can probably do at Pinnacle as well, Jude. We'll get our team onto doing that. So you do a voice message and bulk blast it as a text. What's up this week? Hopefully you're well. We're doing a giveaway where one lucky person is going to win XYZ. Come back and train with us for half the price, right? Or whatever the value is. We're going to stack it, get it right, and get a script right for you guys. And then from there, just simply reply to this message with a thumbs up and boom. Quick 15-second voice message, and that's it. Bang. You bulk blast that bad boy out. That would go very, very well. Because I mean, if you go onto, I know iPhones, this is like not Android friendly because I don't use them. But at the bottom, you've obviously got a voice message. You've obviously got a voice message button that you can press. So you'll have everything sync into a text message here. And then at the bottom, you've got like a little blue voice message button. You delete the text. I just put like hello, and then you delete that. Record a voice message. It should sync into the send box with all the numbers. Boom, hit it send. Bang. That's how you do it. And that should work. I can't see how that wouldn't work. Because once your message list with SA group text is into your phone, you can add emojis, like we always say, customize, add emojis, sharpen the message. You can do that. So you'd be able to add a voice note to it too. That would be fire. I'm telling you guys, like voice messaging, I've said it for a long time. Like it's the only way to communicate with people these days.
May I add, I think I could be wrong. Does that only work with iPhone to iPhone? Because I try and send voice messages to people that don't have iPhones. It doesn't always work.
No idea. Yeah, I have no idea. No idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's iPhone to iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, no idea. You'd send it, see what you get. Like the worst that would happen is that it would send to all the iPhone people and not the others. I don't think SA group text, it bounces messages. I don't think if it doesn't go through to one, it just won't send to that one person and it'll go to the rest. But yeah, it's worth a trial. Like Nath here, just on that as well for you again, Mitch. So Nathan runs reoccurring monthly blasts, and this is something everyone really should be doing. Like the way in which we run our marketing, guys, is targeted around retargeting a database consistently. If all of you guys think about it, right, we coach you guys how to capitalize on fresh traffic, right? Fresh traffic. That's all it is. None of you are running retargeting. That's what most people do as their main targeting. It's like, oh, I'll send a cold email out to people and hopefully I'll get some clients. Like the thing is, if you compound this stuff over a long period of time, you will generate a lot of reoccurring like back-end interest. People that like what we have at Pinnacle, over a year of consuming content, they'll then reach out. A year.
Funnily enough, just to add on to that, I did a bulk blast and I actually had a message come through saying, hey, I love all the tips. Can I book a consult with you? And I booked a guy for tomorrow morning.
That's how it works, guys. That's how it works. It's that simple. It's just whether or not you want to execute it. Again, we can discuss this in detail if we want to in the next webinar. We're doing really good for time. So yeah, 100%. And it just works, guys. It works. You should have, ideally, like when the business grows, you have a CRM that will look after this stuff for you. But like I've said in lots of training, I don't recommend CRMs and stuff like that because you guys just don't need them. But when you want to start going into that, again, that's when you're doing multiple six figures and you're doing a lot more broader reach marketing and cold email, cold text message marketing, or sort of warm retargeting. We can help you with that stuff, but you just come to us when you're at that level. So yeah. Questions? I thought it was like 11 o'clock. It's 10:30. So we're doing very well here. Very well. It's probably because I didn't ramble for 15 minutes at the start. That's why. Yeah. Any questions about anything? Talks.
I'll go again. Yeah. So right now I'm really working on automating all of our systems. And I think just having them bulletproof going to the future is really important. I was talking to Jude yesterday. On school, I've actually set up Temper admin as well. So that's my partner at home. She works from home, just having that there so people can message through. And really my sole focus now is going to be on marketing and leveraging, and think what leveraging as well. So I think right now, I don't know who said it, but someone said they run reoccurring kind of strategies. even monthly. So I think for me, I suppose,
You're ready to do that stuff, bro.
yeah,
Like
your best advice in
school,
that.
yeah, with school, just copy what we do, basically. Like that's all I would say to
Yeah.
you guys. Like I just say just copy what we do. So we have just a heads up as well, guys. Graphic designing at the moment on hold because our graphic designer's got some family troubles happening with his brothers in a bad way in hospital. So he's completely on hold. So we need to find another graphic designer because he doesn't know how long this is going to take. So just an FYI for anyone who does graphic designing. I know Tarkin, you're doing some as well. So yeah, look, just anything to do with school, just copy what we do, right? So we have like admin, and then we have like graphic design, right? And we have like myself and Jude and coaches, right? So yeah, you just copy that, but then you definitely targets need to be doing retargeting. How many people are in your database?
Heaps. I think
Over
it was like
1,000.
5 or about that. Yeah.
Right, it should be over 1,000. If you combine Plus Fitness plus Worlds and all the leads you've ever got, it should be over 1,000 realistically. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't have that amount for Pinnacle.
Yeah,
I've coached 7. I would have actually a bit. We should do actually. If you 700 clients plus 700 plus, and then from there all the leads, there'll be that. But we just have you can pull the data. So this is where it's like, do your business tracker, update your database. This is something that is a nightmare to do, and a CRM is the best way to do that sort of stuff, right? Because you just drag and drop Excel documents and it'll spit everything into a CRM, and then you just go bulk email, create stuff, you create email lists, and you need that. But I mean, you can do this stuff, Tux. You really can. I would be elevating yourself well and truly away from face-to-face PT sessions now. Period.
Yeah. That's what I've kind of said to the guys. Like I had been doing like 1 or 2 a week, and I'm just like, I'm done now. Like I need to be done with them as well, just for working on other areas of the business. So you guys work between the two. If you need to shuffle around sessions, I'm in a group chat with them as well when they organise that kind of thing.
That's correct. That's correct. And I think look, it's a natural progression, guys. Like again, when Richard Branson flies his first flight, and he starts getting to a place where that flight gets filled with passengers, he can continue to fly that, but then he'll get another plane and he'll leverage his business, right? So he needs a second pilot. From there, when he has a second pilot, he then gets a third pilot. And then he goes, shit, I need to focus on the expansion here because I can actually help more people and create Virgin, right? I can create Virgin, which means I can then step back and be the brain of the business. That's where you are now, Tux, right? So that's that, and that is what leverage is. Like, you know how biased we are here at Pinnacle towards leverage. I'm not coaching you guys to get fully booked and to run yourself in the ground. I'm sorry, like I'm not doing that. Like coaching you guys here to be multiple 6-figure business owners and to be successful. Like, and that's it, right? Because what you will find as well, like 6 figures, so hands up here, multiple 6-figure earners. There's a good few of you. I know there's a few of you, right? So guys, when you realize that you're fully booked and you do 6 figures, is $2,000 per week a shit ton of money? Without sounding egotistical. I've got to add that in there as well, right? You realize that it's like, there's more to it than that, right? There's more to it. It's what we call it. It's fully booked, creating a fully booked personal training business, security, you're cash rich, time poor. But you realize that you're not like, it's not like an abundance of flexibility, security, and safety net when it comes to income. You'll only get that with leverage. And then the benefit is you get your time on top, and your time's priceless. And then the time enables you, again, like Mr. Richard Branson we've got over here, to leverage and start building Virgin. That's where, like, it's more so like, honestly, guys, I don't even care about the cash flow. It's more so getting you guys to be a place where you've got your time back, because it's not sustainable being a fully booked trainer in the industry. And you guys here, we say the average age is like, say, late 20s to early 30s. You don't want to be doing that for 20 more years, right? Until you retire. You don't. So, and you will be able to retire a hell of a lot earlier if you leverage. Does that make sense? So yeah, Tux, just keep us posted with what you're doing, man. Obviously, keep, like I said, you're in a period of repetition at the moment. Keep doing that. Keep chasing it. Keep the income should be going up nicely. Where are you at now, roughly, if you don't mind us asking?
So last week we hit 7.2.
Okay, 7.2 is good. All right, so when you get to like 8, 9, just message me, yeah, like, and we'll work a little bit closer because it's required at that scale. And then we've discussed, bro, like we're repetition, but then we have expansion, management, and other stuff, right? And yeah, like super fun, super fun stuff. So yeah, well done.
Appreciate it.
Any other questions, guys? Questions. It's good. It's good. Okay. I'm ending the webinar, guys. That's it. 40 minutes. There's no need for anything else. 20-minute break, chill out, get some food, and then we'll go marketing. Again, the marketing one, guys, I'm not going to start now. I tell you what, let's start it. We'll rock and roll straight away with it because there's a lot of people here, and I can actually ask individually and get a lot of you guys done and out the way, and then you can be sweet. And we'll discuss the big bulk blast, Mitch. We'll discuss the big bulk blasts there. So yeah, we'll fire up the marketing webinar now, transition across, and then if anyone wants any personal time with me at the end, no problem whatsoever. All right, guys, we'll see you across.